Hi, welcome back to Lord of the Rings Online. We are on our Dwarf Guardian. We are in the next zone. This is Evendim, looking over the river, this little bridge. So Evendim is this zone right here. It is north of Bree of the Shire. Um, and west of North Downs. In fact, you can get to it from North Downs, but I came up from the Shire. So a few things. I started down here in Oatbarton. I had a couple quests down there, but I was like really over leveled in all this stuff, and this is all like Hobbit Shire farm stuff. So I basically skipped all that, and I'm right here in the middle of the zone. And this place is called King's Crossing, and this has this humongous statue. So this place is super epic. So we're gonna do some quests here in about the middle of the zone with the Rangers. So we're level 36, and these are level 32, so this is more our level. So, repairing the Catapult. On the bluff above is a catapult that Angmar brought along on its way to the city. We managed to damage it enough that they left it behind, and now they intend to repair it and use it. We intend to repair it and use it for ourselves. Excuse me. It certainly won't reach a Numinos, but that is not our goal. We wish to use it to fling ropes over the Colossus that will allow to climb the begin repair of the area we cannot currently reach. Okay. The Colossus is what we're under.
Stay a moment.
Ancient logbook. There are some ruins on the hills above that turn the river, of which we only recently discovered the purpose. There was a lighthouse there, believe it or not, to guide ships as they made the turn from the lake into the Brandywine. The keeper of that flame was tasked with recording all of the wrecks and tragedies he witnessed from the perch, so the search parties could be sent to attempt to retrieve what was lost. So we need to search the rubble at the ancient lighthouse.
Might I take a moment of your time?
Day roll? The entrances of Bara Tharsir. Bared Tharsir is a place we know little about. There are not much left in the record, for I know it was the site of value. It has controlled the shipping lanes and access to the lake from the Brandywine. Every boat traveling the river passed through it. The robbers there are a nuisance, but they should not be distracted from the larger goal, and to learn much, we can preserve as much history as possible. We should never know where we are going if we do not know where we have come from. Head down to Barathasir and do some scouting for me. I know there are doorways, but I do not know where they lead to. Knowing the makeup of the structure would be of great help. So yeah, this is good. We're getting a lot of good quests, and these are level appropriate. Danger among the dunes. I pride myself on the wide array of supplies I carry, Bromvar, and I do my best to maintain my inventory. You can imagine my disappointment if I were to travel to the southern lands and not have the various knickknacks of which the hobbits there are fond. No, I must maintain my stock at all times. But it is not easy to get to the Dwalling and Oatbarton. You have to travel southeast of Tinadir and pass through the Brandolph. The sands and the dunes of that place are now home to the creatures vile and dangerous. On my last journey, I was quite surprised by the gasping tendrils and the number of sand lurkers. I barely managed to escape with my life and inventory, so we need to defeat sand lurkers. That's kind of back down to the south.
Could I speak with you a moment?
Hiding underfoot, there is a small ruin on the west side of the Brandolph called Lithost. It is nothing more than a shelf of walls now, but I feel we should make an effort everywhere we can. Crawlers have filled the ruins. This normally would not be a terrible thing. Nature is generally kind. However, these crawlers are diggers. They burrow holes throughout the ancient bricks and stone. In time, they could bring down this colossus. That sounds bad.
Would you do something for me?
Ooh, look at all these quests. We have to do something about the tomb robbers, Bromvar. I have spoken with the kinsman about the matter, but we are stretched thin. We must focus on the threats of the tombs and the forebears in the Men Iran and the crypts of Numinos, even while the area is falling into danger. Tomb robbers of Barathursil. Whew, a lot of quests. And they're all down this way. Which is good. We're going to go do that. Let's look at our inventory. Been a few... I think it's been a week, actually, since we've played on our Lord of the Rings characters. So these Traveler Steel boxes, I know sometimes there's, like, mounts, and sometimes there's cosmetics, but I think it's just I'm just gonna put them in my bank. Every time, you have to buy a key from the Lotro store to even unlock them, and every time, it's just, like, replicas of stuff I already have. We're gonna add space to our bank. I don't think there's any other way to get those keys either, which is kind of ridiculous if you think about it. So I don't really like... The good thing about this game... Oh, we got a quest item. The weeds are slimy and do not appear to be different from the other river weeds. However, when they touch your skin, you feel soft, soothing feeling. A ranger of the Colossus may be interested in this. Wait. Let's unfollow that. Follow that. Ancient logbook. So like I was saying, the good thing about this game is there are ways to play for free. It just takes a while. Whereas like other games play for free. I guess I don't know what I'm talking about because like Star Wars: The Old Republic has a pretty good it has a really good free to play system. And Elder Scrolls Online does as well. So, but I do like this game's free to play style. It can be a little bit of annoying every now and then. Especially like we're in Evendim, and I'm pretty sure, so I subscribed for the month, but I'm pretty sure when I was playing free to play, anytime I was in a new zone, it would either want me to pay for the quests, and you could do that with Lotro points. But like, you know, using Lotro points, it was like 20 bucks, or you could just subscribe for 15 and get, you know, all the areas. Okay, well, we need to look for that ancient book. Did I already click on both of these? Is this just a random drop? Thought I clicked on that already. I don't know. Alright, we got that one. Repairing the catapult. Now that I remember that's up on the hill somewhere. Okay. So we need to kill the bog lurkers, the sand crawlers. Right here was, I think, a ruin we have to do something with. I enjoy this game a lot. This game is really fun. It's like really fun in like a really unflashy way, if that makes sense. It doesn't try to be graphically amazing. I got another quest item? Man. Show it to one of the rangers at the Colossus camp. That's good. I think this was a good decision to come down here. Alright. We're still going to get all the mineral deposits we can. We still need to level up our metal smithing. Our metal worker, just a little bit. Rubble on the beach. One more of these bog lurkers. These guys look like something from War of the Worlds. Bundle of rope. Okay, we got the bog lurkers. Making good progress. Wish you didn't have to dismount to pick these things up. That'd be nice. Now. We are hiding underfoot. We're trying to kill those worm things that were messing with the... Hiding underfoot. Well, what is... Flip over rocks. Yeah. Defeat the crawlers beneath. Yeah. Because they're destroying... Actually, he said they could destroy the Colossus, but they're nowhere near the Colossus, so that's... I guess the idea is if they're breeding, they're thriving, they're not far away from the Colossus. Like termites. And termites are scary, man. Recently bought a home a couple years ago and didn't realize how scary termites can be. It's like when you find termites in your home, it's like you find cancer in your body or something. It's bad. It's real bad. Don't want it. Don't want none. Alright. We are making great progress. I always like it when you get on Lord of the Rings, you start doing something, you just feel like you're progressing. It's a really nice feeling. Like it feels like this epic quest you're slowly moving forward in. I know right now, battle royales, shooters, mobile games especially, are very, very popular. I think my big problem with those games is they're by design, just kind of keep you coming back. So like a BR, like a Fortnite, Apex, Warzone, you drop down with a bunch of people. Is it fun? Yeah. But do you progress? I don't know, not really. You know, you can spend 20 minutes, get some kills, win it, and then what do you get? Like a thing by your name. It says you've won this many, or you get a rank. But it's completely, you know, it's just like, it only matters to the people that play that game. Your ranking and how good you are and whatever. Now, if you like competitive stuff, go for it. You know, if you like it, go for it. But anytime I play it, I just feel like, you know, my time is just sort of wasted on a game where it's not progressing. So like anything with a campaign, I'm like, oh, I'm beating the campaign. I'm spending 30 minutes here towards a goal. And in an RPG, it's like I'm spending 30 minutes here towards progressing my character's experience, towards getting currency, towards exploring. I'm like moving him forward. And there's something about when I like games that I tend to enjoy is like this constant feeling of I'm moving forward. Whereas, I'm trying to think of a good example. I really liked Overwatch. Overwatch was really fun until they added a couple characters I absolutely hated, and I thought I played mainly tank. And when they added these characters that were like really good at disrupting and killing tanks, it sort of broke playing a tank, and it wasn't fun. So that was the primary reason I stopped. But I had a ton of fun with friends. But I kind of came to this conclusion: is it like it doesn't really matter? Like you don't play for fun, that's fine. But there's no progression. You play the same apps over and over and over again, and there's no story mode. There was just nothing to work towards. Like the only thing in it that you could sort of work towards if you're playing competitive. And what do you get when you playing competitive? You get a rank that only matters to people that play the game, or you get that legendary currency where you can buy cool cosmetics, right? But who cares about cosmetics? Because like cosmetics only matter to the people that play the game. So I don't know. I feel like I'm talking a lot about this. Overwatch is a great game. I'm not trying to complain. I tend to like games that have progression. Like, and not only cosmetic. So I think that's why I like RPGs. Is what do you got? You got currency that's always growing. You got your, like my spells are always growing. I'm going to new places. So that's always continuing. My level is always getting higher. There's always a different story in the zones. Like, it's just, put all that together and it's like, wow, this is great. I'm moving forward. I'm doing something. The high point of the ruins is scattered with debris, and the weaponry makes it I didn't read what it said. Okay. So we needed to see where all the doors go, right? Entrances to Barad Thasir. Discover the first entranceway. Where is that at? Maybe here? Man, it's so nice to be a guardian. And just not care what people... I was playing on my hunter a couple days ago. And I was in Angmar. And I pulled one stinking, like, worm lizard thing. And I tried to run past it, because I'm just like, I don't need to kill it. And it dismounted me, stunned me, and killed me. And that's kind of my... Oh. That is kind of my experience. We almost died there. I was talking and not paying attention. Kind of my experience with a hunter. They are extremely squishy. We almost died there. That would have been bad. I was talking and not paying attention. For the huge. These archers have quite a big aggro radius. Alright, that's the other doorway. So now we need to go... We need to collect debris on the beach still. Got a few things over there. Scruffy. That man's so scruffy. What? Are you hiding in the bush? Little bush hider. Can't even see him. Camouflaged. It's the Lord of the Rings ghillie suit man. Okay. So there's another door we need to investigate, but it wasn't the ones we looked at. This ruin looks really cool, honestly. Very cool. Look at it. I love being in Arnor and Eregion and having all these ruins and like all the history with Angmar. This used to be like these vast fortresses of men, stronghold of a man, and the Witch King just decimated it all. So having all these ruins is so interesting. And like, I think the other element is I love Lord of the Rings. I love Tolkien. So seeing Lord of the Rings, Middle Earth, Arda come to life is great. That's why I liked, and still do like, World of Warcraft, because I played Warcraft 3 for so long, and I really like the story of Warcraft. And then when you get to play World of Warcraft, you're like there. You're actually there. It's so cool. You get to see places that you've only seen or read about. Okay, let's turn on this question.
What do you need?
Were you able to find a page? I was worried that they would have been lost to time. Much of the lighthouse itself. Now, let us see what we can learn from this.
Might I take a moment of
After
your
much time and patience, I was able to read what was on the page you found. It is very faded and in a bad state. I nearly destroyed it trying to get it the last few sentences. It was from near the end of the kingdom of the detailed of the shipment of the keys from down the river in the rangers' encampment here. They knew that they were leaving, and they wanted to safeguard as many of the treasures as possible. The locks came on a separate ship that arrived safely. The keys never made it. They still swapped the locks out, believing it was safer, then no one could get in. One of the doors locked into it was the basement of the lighthouse itself. We need to get inside urgently, for an evil has made its den there. The page gives the location of the wreck that should contain those keys. Search the waters and bring back whatever containers you find. Cool. I like this history of the shipping lanes in Evendim. That's really interesting. As a storeroom, a dining hall, barracks, and an armory, and one room that was unmarked, either initially or lost to time. Interesting.
Might I take a moment of your time?
While you were examining the entrance, I was reading up on some of the things that were through the port and the records indicate weapons and pottery were the primary things shipped along the river. I wonder if there's anything still left. There are many pieces of knowledge that were once known and have left this smithing and artisanship among the greatest. If we could recover some items from the past, we may be able to make greater things in the future. So we need to collect shield, sword, and vase. A pile of soggy weed. That's something we found.
Stay a moment.
I examined the weeds you found, and I'm glad that you brought them to me. Normally, the river weeds are little consequence, and we can eat them if hungry enough, but there is nothing special about them or them. There's nothing special of them or of themselves. So collect piles of soggy weeds from the sand lurkers.
Greetings.
You have defeated the sand lurkers of the Brahmadav. I'm glad to hear it. I'll reward you with your effort accordingly. Hiding underfoot. We need to get down there at some point and reinforce the walls, but you have provided us some much-needed time.
What do you need?
Found written. This is what we found on the
Might
crawler.
I take a moment
I
of your
examined the
time?
ring you found, and it is certainly from the Old Kingdom. It must have someone gone overboard from a ship carrying it. The tide slowly carried it to the shore, and it was buried within the dunes, forgotten until a crawler accidentally devoured it. Okay.
What
It's
do you
like
need?
real life dude. You have driven off the servant of several of the contingent. I am pleased to hear it, and I know that the robbers have less of a hold on the Barad Thistle, and they are once did. Barad Tharsil. I think it's Barad Tharsil. You have my thanks, Bromvar, but do not rest yet. We have just begun to wrest those runes back.
Could I speak with you a moment?
My research shows that Barad Tharsil has a north port of the ancestors and shipping lane down the Brandywine. I do not know what the tomb robbers could be interested in there. They should not be of much value, but they are interested in I am interested. What do they know that we do not? So we need to collect Atwood's orders and Oak's orders. Oh,
What can I do for you?
he had more stuff to say there. Let's sell our things.
How may I help you today?
Repair if we need to. We don't want the tailor stuff. I do not care about tailoring. We got a gemstone. Jeweler. We might start sending that to our other tunes. That might be intelligent. Binds on equip, one-handed mace. If I ever want to level up a champion, I might want to use... No, I'm just going to sell that. That's going to be so long down the road. If I ever. I actually hear the champion is not great. I think it, you know, it's a melee DPS class. I don't know if great's the right word, but it only does one thing, so a lot of people don't really like it. Okay. So, bring the items to Kudhar near the Colossus. He's up there. We might do that first. Then we gotta go back to Barad Asir. Barad would be kind of a good name for another dwarf. Barad. Barad. That's like a good name. I might have to use that for a another RPG name. I'm really enjoying this game, and I'm really enjoying Star Wars: The Old Republic. That game is awesome. I wish I had played that game like when it came out. Cause it's super fun. I'm playing a Power Tech Bounty Hunter, and I just unlocked all these abilities where I can use my flames, and I feel like a
How can I be of service?
fire bat from StarCraft 2 or something. It's great.
Might I take a moment of your time?
Defending the catapult. I'm going to begin repairing the catapult. This is going to take me some time. For while you're gathering the correct parts, they will need adjustment in order to fit properly. Excuse me. This is going to be a loud process, and I recently saw some scouts searching through the stands of trees surrounding us. If we were to find us, they would quickly overrun the bluff and destroy the catapult. This is something we cannot afford. Okay, so we need to collect stuff, or are we killing? Let's see. Defeat scouts. We need to defeat scouts. Salamanders. This is real life. I'd try to take one as a pet. I love lizards. I like snakes too. Snakes are cool. Look at a Numenos. That's cool, man. It's like a that really looks like something you would see in Elder Scrolls Online. Honestly. Oh. Level 100. Sunath. Roving threat. It's like an open world boss. That's cool. I would love to get max level and come back and kill some of these things. I was on my hunter in Angmar the other day, and I saw like this humongous ice troll just walking around like that. And we were playing on this guy when we were in the North Downs, and there was a black dragon just walking around in the North Downs. So they are gone just in time. I have finished making the repairs, and we are ready to fire. All right, talk to Sardin. He's back there. We're gonna unfollow that. We're going to do the other quests all over here. I think we're gonna cut to that. The one sort of pro to a game like World of Warcraft, and kind of a negative to Lord of the Rings Online, to Elder Scrolls Online, and to... I haven't discovered this in Star Wars: The Old Republic, but see, I can't dive. So, and which is kind of weird. And I'm sure there's like a development aspect to it that it takes a lot to develop like depth. And Warcraft does that very seamlessly, where you can dive and go underwater, no big deal. That's a good thing about Warcraft that other RPG MMOs don't necessarily have. And this game, like older, you know, okay, but it always is like really disconcerting in Elder Scrolls Online when I'm like swimming and I can't dive. It looks really strange in that game. But is it the end of the world? No, it doesn't really matter, honestly. Okay, so we need to collect shields. Sword and a vase, or vase. Ah, so the vase was through this door up the top on the roof. So I was in the right area, it was just above me and I couldn't see it. Okay, now we need a sword, an ancient sword. Okay, let's see if we can drop down. Yeah. Oh, look at that. Brass! Nobody tosses a dwarf. Alright, we need a sword, huh? I wish you could zoom in a little bit. I can't tell. Ainsley Atwood. Atwood's orders. That was the thing we needed from that guy. Oh, it's right there in the corner. Broken sword. Alright, so we did that quest. Let's unfollow that. So now we need collect piles of soggy weed. We need to collect pieces of jewelry from the crawlers, and we need to collect Oak's orders. So where's Oak? Yeah, these stinky archers. They have such a long aggro radius. Right there, I was gonna say, he looks a little different. That's who we needed. Okay. Alright, we're back at King's Crossing.
What do you need?
Let's turn in all these quests. I was able to open all the containers you recovered and found the key in the final one. These are great tidings for us, and we can finally go on the offensive.
Greetings.
These relics do not appear on the surface to hold anything new or different.
Stay a moment.
Treasures of Barad Tharsir.
What can I do for you?
Looks like we still have more quests to go back there. This is very long.
How can I be of service? What do you need?
These will do. Let's see. That was Weeds the River. We don't want to read that. That's fine. That's whatever.
What can I do for
Robbers
you?
of Barad Tharsir. These are the most troubling things indeed. There is room where goods not listed in the manifest were taken and stored. If the room still exists, it could hold untoward fortune.
Would you do something for me?
Raiders of Barad Tharsir. Now I know that there are seeking there. There's a room somewhere within the ruins of Barad Tharsir where anything undocumented on the ship's register of goods would be taken and held until ownership could be proven. While most of the items are probably been lost to history, there could still be wealth of small trinkets and jewelry hidden within. Search the ruins. Okay.
How can I be of service?
This is defending the catapult.
Would you do something for me?
Thanks to some kindly aid from yourself, the ropes have been strung and we are able to reach new places in the Colossus in need of repair. But this is a task we can handle ourselves. For you, a treat, a vision, I doubt like any you have seen before. Use the rope behind me and ascend to the peak of the Colossus. Once up there, make sure to look around and enjoy the view. Hey. Cool. The rope. Holy cow. The view is fantastic, but you can see there is much yet to be done. Wow, look at this, man. That is epic. This game is just so massive. There's so much involved in this game. We need to defeat the creature beneath the lighthouse, search within the storeroom, and search the ruins of Barad Tharsir. Go to the lighthouse. Oh. This is a big place. Whoa. Carian. What is that? Ugh, that thing is nasty looking. Well, it died in like 2 hits. New Kargan Slayer. Defeated Carian. Ugh. That was gross. It had like... Ugh. Alright, we need to go to the ruins across the Brandywine. So we gotta search Barad Tharsir for that storeroom. Which I think would be up here. This is the one door we haven't gone to. Or maybe it's that. Nope, gotta be the door around the corner. So many of these robbers. How do they all survive? Like, what are they eating? They're like filter feeding. Alright, here's the storeroom. I don't think I remember any of this. My first playthrough. Loaded cart. Looks like a cave-in. Or they just never mined this out. What in the world? What you doing, yo? Why you do? Why you do it? Itching on my loot one or the, yep. I see what you're all about. Sneaky instance sneakers. Probably some kind of boss here. Nope. All right. Well, that's the storeroom. So now we need to search the ruins. And I think that is clear on the other side of this. We'll go over there. I'm just gonna run by everybody. We don't get anything for killing these people anymore. They are mere little grave robbers. Unmarked room. Let's see if we can go in the unmarked room. Aha! I've broken the game. Ancient tomb. An ancient tomb. Who knows what awaits within? Ooh, that sounds fun. If I got stupid, I didn't realize I had this sweeping strike ability until this episode. Sometimes things just don't end up on your hotbars. Oh. Bart Maggot. Yo, Bart. I see the false orders worked. Too bad I didn't catch a ranger with them. Barad Thasir has no wealth left. We've picked over and stripped the carcasses of these ruins. Hit you with the flame. Boom. Who's there? What? I think that quest was out of, or that quest text log was out of order. I think he would have said who's there first. He turns away and tries to run and goes, who's there? Back at King's Crossing. Now we need to turn these quests in.
Might I take a moment?
I have done much to aid us here. You have done much to aid us here. For that, I am grateful. But the Colossus and Barad Thasir are minor points within Evendim. A Numenos to the west, and the estates of the north hold more value than the ruins here. Follow up the road until you reach Tenendir. That's our next little town area. The creature is defeated. I can see that from your clothing and the filth that covers it. I'm very thankful for your efforts. I believe this will be the first full night of sleep I have had at camp. Yeah, that creature was nasty. It was some kind of troll.
What can I do for you?
Treasures of Barad Thasir. So there was nothing but dirt and rubble in the carts, an ambush awaiting those that sought them out. If the robbers are this devious here, I should shudder to think what troubles will await us within the estates to the north. And then
Greetings.
Raiders of Barad Thasir. So their leader attempted to ambush you. It appears like this was all just a ruse, and the robbers have been getting increasingly clever in their attempts to ambush. Not clever enough to beat you. Evendim, one day, with the rest of Evendim, Barad Thasir will see the glory restored. I like the Rangers. They're like downtrodden, but they're not defeated, you know?